Hello, everybody. There's a lot to talk about today. Bitcoin's been going on a nice run, as well as the rest of the market. Seeing a couple pretty promising signs in the indicators, but we also have some resistance levels above us, and what I would call a key level of resistance for us to get above, because in the past, rejecting off this moving average has resulted in a multi-year bear market. But just because we are sitting below this level right now does not mean all hope is lost. So, starting off here on the weekly time frame, we do have a green dot down here for Bitcoin, but it has yet to confirm. Once this weekly candle closes next Sunday, if this green dot is still here, then it will confirm. And these weekly green dots are typically pretty solid indicators showing that we have found a bottom, at least for the time being, and oftentimes they result in pretty large price movements. But just because we are getting a weekly green dot doesn't mean the trend as a whole is going to reverse just yet. We were in a pretty well-defined downtrend here. We got two weekly green dots below the zero line here, but the price continued grinding downwards. We continued printing lower lows. And back here, it wasn't until we got a weekly bullish divergence that we actually found a reversal. And I'm showing you all that to say that there is still the possibility that we find a rejection somewhere and end up coming down for a retracement, possibly lower lows. The weekly green dots are very significant indications. And if this confirms, we actually do have a hidden bullish divergence on the weekly time frame. The momentum waves created a lower low as the price created a higher low. So it'll be interesting to see if that plays out or has any significance. Looking at the daily time frame, the momentum wave is starting to slow down here. It doesn't look like it's going to print a top just yet, but we are finding resistance right now at a pretty significant level here. I think we're probably going to end up coming up to test some other resistance levels, but we are sticking at this one for right now. Looking at the 4 hour, seems like momentum and money flow are both on a steady uptrend. Seems like momentum and money are both in Bitcoin's favor right now. And another thing I wanted to point out is we now have two weekly green Heikin-Ashi candles, or in my case, blue. And Heikin-Ashi candles are really good for determining trends in the market. Just the way the candles open and close, if there is a macro downtrend, you will see all of the candles are going to be red. Then when we are in an uptrend, all of them are blue. And you can have really short trends in the market, kind of like this downtrend right here, but two weekly Heikin-Ashi candles turning green shows the potential beginning of an uptrend here. The only question is how significant of an uptrend is it going to be? And that leads me on to my next topic, which is going to be some of the significant and what I would actually call key resistance for Bitcoin. In this area between 48 and 47K, we have a cluster of significant resistances for Bitcoin. And what I would probably call the most significant of those is going to be the 100-day moving average. I know I got my spider lines up. They might be a little distracting, but I just want to show you that this moving average is typically looked at as a strong sign of market conditions. If we are holding support, typically things are looking bullish, but if we break down below it and find resistance on it, that has marked bear markets in the past. We had held support on it back here when we were trading at 46K, but we broke down below it. And now, of course, we run the risk of coming up and rejecting off of this level. You can look back at 2020 and see that we broke well below this level, but on our first test of this level, we got above it and managed to hold it as support. And given these were kind of special circumstances, this was the March 2020 crash, some outside factors at play there, but it does show that Bitcoin has been able to recover from being underneath the 100-day MA and hold it as support in the first try. So it is a possibility that we do that again. I really hope that we do see that, but like I said, we do have a large cluster of resistances up in this level. Another significant level that we have sitting right around this area is the 0.382 of this fib from all-time highs down to these lows that we just put in. So that is another significant resistance level. Plus, if you turn on the volume range of this little range that we traded in, we also have the point of control sitting right next to this 0.382. And we also happen to have a spider line sitting right in this area as well. And if we reject off this area, we would be rejecting off previous support of this range here. Whole cluster of resistances in this area right here. Whatever happens here could determine what happens for the rest of the year for Bitcoin. If we clearly reject off of the EMA, I think at the very least we're going to have to trade below it for a certain amount of time, few weeks, few months maybe. But I don't think that just because we reject off this level, it immediately has to mean bear market. Maybe we just end up trading at the lower end of the range for a little while. Maybe in the future we're able to get back above and hold this level as support. But I do think that whatever happens in this area is going to have a large effect on what the rest of the year looks like for Bitcoin. But of course, we do still have a fighting chance to break above this level, hold it as support, and carry on our way. That is what I'm hoping for, but we will have to see what happens in the next couple days, maybe the next week or two. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I really appreciate all of the support. It means a lot to me. And I will see you all on Thursday for my next video. Peace out.